And so we built Matchstick. Matchstick automates visual testing. We take in a link to your original design, and we overlay that across a link to your website. This is our live functioning product that is now available at matchstick.design. With those two overlaid on top of each other, we can outline the differences and automatically export those differences into Trello so that you don't have to do that copying and pasting anymore. The majority of engineering teams already spend $19 billion a year on automated testing, but only 5% of design teams do. So our market is the 95% of design teams that do not do automated testing. They are spending hundreds of millions on UX research, on A/B testing, but that is unfortunately not being translated into the design. So our efficiency savings is we are saving both Monica and Corey 5 to 10 hours a week in manual testing. And ultimately, we're saving that company $50,000 a year. And so with our product, Monica and Corey can all be friends again. So we are Matchstick, we automate visual testing, and we have a fully functioning product that is now available at matchstick.design. So you can come and check us out. Thank you.
Yeah, go Matchstick! All right, thank you to our first team. Judges, do you have any questions for Matchstick?
I'll start with a question then. Thank you very much for the presentation, it's great. Quick question on the 50K per year. How did you guys come up with the math? And as a company scale, how does the math change there?
So the math is we're saving Monica 10 hours a week, and we're saving Corey also that same amount of time. So because we're saving Monica 10 hours, that's 25% of her average salary. Her average salary is $120, so that's going to be $25,000 a year.
So I currently work in the middle of a design in a development team as a rapid prototyper, taking those designs and sending them across the wall. As we've scaled up, every designer is now interacting with multiple developers. And so as the designers are putting out more and more designs and the developers are putting out more and more code, the designers are getting overwhelmed with what's coming back. And so it actually, as we scale up our team, it's become more and more difficult to manage the process of visual QA defects that are coming back. And our designers are actually having to spend more and more of their time on doing manual QA and less on actual design. So we're hoping that this actually, as we scale developers to designers, this tool becomes exponentially more valuable.
How do you see this product evolving regarding technology and the use cases?
Sure. So we talked to a couple people in the industry, design leads and designers, and what they shared was they would really like to see even more depth and more insights into the differences between the designs and the live site. So things like spacing and other additional insights into those images. So digging into that algorithm and differences would be a very good way to go. Additionally, we find this important to integrate into pipelines. So focusing on integrations, tying to Zapier, tying to Jira as well. So as it develops, we are building into existing pipelines.
There are a couple things out there like this already, right? Like, I think Percy is something I remember. Is how are you guys going up against? What's the idea of like going up against companies like that?
Sure. So this actually carries on from the previous question. The existing tools that are out there are developer first. They all involve SDKs, and the developers have to write visual tests into the pipeline. And what we found is developers aren't measured on pixel perfection, but designers are. So we're working from a designer, and as we get deeper, that's our entry point, and as we get deeper, we can integrate into the design and build and CI/CD process with the developers, so that developers can start using the tool before the designers ever get to the design to review. But we're coming from an approach of designer first, because they're the ones who are measured on pixel perfection.
All right, thank you very much, Matchstick. All right. Next up, we have Litter Hero. All right. And while they're getting set up, we're going to talk to the judges a little bit. One-on-one. Judges are actually doing their Airtable right now. We're not doing that. I'm wrong. But in a little bit, we'll have the judges tell you a little bit more about themselves. I'll start with Greg, because I already know about Greg. Greg Ross Monroe is the founder of SourceToad.
Yes. Hi, guys. This is my 9th StartupBus.
Wow.
So,
out of 10.
Well, I mean, I wasn't at the first one. I wasn't invited. But so yeah, SourceToad's a cool company. We build software for cruise ships. So if you like going on cruises and you like designing software, we're hiring. So thanks for having us.
Thank you, Greg. SourceToad is actually one of our sponsors. Yay! All right. Jorge. Never mind. Okay, do you want to go introduce yourself? Great, thanks. And we have Sloan Miller.
Sloan Miller. I am the executive director of Inno, which is a creative and technology conference based here in New Orleans between Jazz Fest weekends. So the whole concept is to help enjoy New Orleans and help introduce startups and corporate innovators. And I've been here in New Orleans for 2 to 2.5 years and spent 15 years in the startup and creative ecosystem in Philadelphia before that.
Hi, I'm Christopher Hollins. I'm a part of the business bank for Chase Bank. We are also a sponsor. I'm focused very much on how we facilitate lending to underrepresented entrepreneurial groups, whether that be women, people of color, and vets. So we're working on algorithms.
All right. Litter Hero, whenever you're ready, you have 3 minutes. That's your microphone. And wow us.
Of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Helena. I'm from San Francisco, and we're Litter Hero, here to clean your city one photo at a time. So coming from San Francisco, these are pictures of things we see every day. Up there, you see needles, piles of trash, more trash, bags of human feces. So about 2 weeks ago, I actually almost stepped in human feces. That's awful. And I kind of just grimaced and kept walking, because there was no easy way for me to report this to the city. They actually have budgets, allocated exactly for this purpose. But I didn't know how to tell them about this, so I just kept walking. It bothered me, and so we created a solution. This is a demo of us using this, I think yesterday in a hotel. And we found some graffiti on that hat. And this just shows how easy it is. You snap a picture, you select what it is, and you submit it. Right now we have a 5-star rating in the App Store. Go download it right now, snap your litter, and submit it. Get it cleaned up.
And maintenance services. For example, San Francisco alone spends $4 million on maintenance software, and this is a huge growing market because the budget for this software doubles every 2 to 3 years. For go-to-market strategies, we have several ideas. We know that our long-term plan is to build a dashboard for smaller municipalities who do not have capabilities to having their own app or their own API, and then we want to license out this software. Once we send a ticket to the municipality, they can resolve these tickets on their end and then fix the issues for their cities. In the short run, we want to build a cleanliness score. That way, people can make informed decisions when buying and selling houses. They can know how clean their communities are, and then we'll be building out an API which we can sell to Zillow or Trulia. And traction.
Yeah, so what happened direct followers from people that tweeted us, like we have an investor that tweeted us, he has more than 65 100,000 followers on Twitter, and he's interested by our product. We are sending him emails. We have also a VC that we are going back and forth, all rated our app 5 stars. So it looks amazing. A lot of commentaries from people telling us that they want it. So thank you. If you want to clean the trash in your street, be a little hero.
Yeah, litter hero!
You're breathtaking.
All right.
Thank you. Litter hero.
Judges, do you have any questions for Litter Hero?
I'm curious to understand how you would integrate.
Yeah, so our app actually integrates with the Open 3.1 API, which was built with Code for America. So when we submit a ticket, it's actually it finds your address through GPS and will send it to your local municipality so that they actually
Already have an app for that kind of stuff, but it takes more than 60 seconds, perhaps a few minutes to complete one request. In our app, you see it's 5 seconds.
How do you plan to get people to use it? How do you plan on acquiring customers?
Yeah, so we have several different, spaces of customers you have to acquire. The users being citizens, we have huge traction in that space. Just by our Twitter feed alone, people keep DMing us and asking for us to integrate with their city. Right now, we're supporting San Francisco. And we have retweets from all around the United States.
And then I don't think usage is going to be a problem. For example, New York, we already integrate with the Open 3.1, and New York has 200 customer support representatives who answer the phone, answering hundreds of millions of calls every year, and they have to manually input these tickets into their system. So we're already automating an existing process and making it smoother for cities. We don't know. The App Store did update. It just went up yesterday morning, but a lot.
We estimate about 100 right now.
And please keep the questions to the judges, not the audience. Thank you.
I can definitely relate to the problem because I live in San Francisco too. So quick question. In the future, do you plan to close the feedback loop, meaning that marking every problem to be resolved, and how do you let your end user know?
Yeah, so right now, the idea is to have a notification sent in, and you saw kind of in the demo.
And also we were thinking about when you get tickets resolved, you have a feedback about it, so you gain points, and with these points you can actually invest in your local community. So you get rewarded for being a good citizen.
And how do you filter out the kind of the nuisance types of requests? So I don't like my neighbor has some silly thing on the front of their lawn and I want them to get rid of it, so I call 311 to make them do that. How do you ensure that those kind of things don't tie up the municipality?
A big part of that is having the picture. So with every submission, you have to have a picture of what you're actually reporting. And that way, if it's innocuous, the government or whoever has to check off that ticket or reject it, will see the picture.
Thank you, Litter Hero.
Thank you.